Get ready for the Squawking Eagles Podcast.
Hello, and welcome back to the Squawking Eagles Podcast. I'm your host, Mike, and I'm joined by my two co-hosts, Mark and Miguel. How's it going, guys?
I am the color Kelly Green in the world of black and white. R.I.P. Bray Wyatt.
Let's go, Birds.
Bray Wyatt, man. That was a shock.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's a wrestling fan here, but Bray Wyatt, 36 years old, passed away yesterday. And apparently it was from compilations from COVID.
Yeah.
He had some heart issues that he didn't know of, and that was it. That was surprising.
Yeah, that was shocking.
So here we are, right? Fresh off the final preseason game of the season. The powerhouse Indianapolis Colts came in and steamrolled the third, fourth string players of the Philadelphia Eagles with a score of, 27-17 or 28-17. Yeah, those Colts, man, they are primed and ready for a Super Bowl run.
That's your squad, ain't it, Mike?
That's my squad.
Your squad,
what
Mike.
are you talking
That's
about?
my squad. That's my squad. No. We can talk about that game. There's a few things, like you said, Mark, that you want to talk about. I want to hear what you have to say. I don't want to spend too much time on it because they don't deserve the amount of time that we have to give to them. Also, I want to go over the 90 guys we have to cut to get down to 53 on the roster. There's 90 guys on the Eagles roster right now. We got to cut it down to 53. We're going to do it now and see where, because the cuts are going to happen within the next week or two, obviously. And so we want to get ahead of that. And then we're also going to, since our fantasy football draft is right around the corner, we are going to pool our numbers, who's going to get our picks in our draft right here on the podcast. And if you are listening to this, that you hopefully can tell other people in our league that this is how you're going to find out if they want to find out early.
You actually get the first three picks himself again.
Hey, Mike, did you take the envelope out of the freezer so I can get that first pick?
You got it. You got
All
it.
right,
You got it.
Cool.
You got it. So, okay, I'll explain who's gonna go first. We're gonna go. I'm gonna pick last because I won last year, and I'll have the first.
Wonder why?
Because it was talent. I had talent on my team.
And 3 first-round draft picks.
But which I traded to get other guys to make my team even better.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's okay. Well, we'll see what happens this year. When I get the first pick this year, legit.
One first pick, maybe.
1 first-round pick.
This rigged
What?
fantasy football league.
Guys, I'm running fantasy football. I get the first 3 picks. Y'all take the rest.
Right.
You saw it. I didn't set it up that way. It was all computer driven. I didn't do it.
Sure.
AI made me win. It was AI. It was AI.
We're already getting some AI conspiracy theories.
It was AI. All right, let's dive in. Indianapolis Colts, the Philadelphia Eagles. Go, Mark. Let me tell you what you have to say. I got some notes on the first half, but I want to hear what you have to say.
All right, so quick clarification for anyone out there listening, because apparently it has come known that I am a fan of Mariota. It's a topic. It's a topic of conversation. It is apparently a topic of conversation. I in no way believe he would be the starter for our team. I 100% behind Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts is a generational talent, and I think it's going to be amazing to see he can do in our future. My whole love for Mariota stems from his college days, and that his athletic ability, I believe, would play a beautiful role should he be needed as a backup for Hurts. As I've mentioned to the guys earlier, I think the best role for him would be we're 15-0 and decide to take a break. Say, hey, let's just, we already locked it up, get a few reps in. I don't expect to see him to play in the league in the entire season unless it's like a gadget play, unless it's 15-16 wins down the road. I really don't. I mainly say like what he did last night, that throw on the run, and I'll be, it's almost a pick. It was off his back foot, cross body in a tight window. Few quarterbacks can make that throw. Hurts can make that throw. I think it's a great thing to have someone that can make that. Enough about him overall. second, third, barely even second string players last night. Third and fourth really going up against the Colts starters. I think we did just fine. Trey Sermon had some good runs. Sadly, I don't think he'll be making the team. Just looking at our roster, our running back field is just too deep. But overall, I think our played pretty well. I think it's funny that they had their starters out there that weren't playing really that clean against our backups. And excuse me. I think it's just getting ready for the bird season. I mean, we're there getting those last minute reps in for some of the guys who may or may not make it, and this team is out there trying full on like it's the real thing, like it matters. All right, Baltimore, just same thing. They're trying to win those games.
Those preseason games. Those
preseason
games are important,
man. Like I get it. And don't get me wrong. In one aspect, I 100% understand why you'd want to keep like your starter out there if you're the Colts. Anthony Richardson had like 20 games under his belt before the NFL, like period. He was like 50% interception to completion or to touchdowns in college. Yeah, I want him to get some reps. I personally, I would not feel safe with him being my locked up starter, but I know he's got a lot of athleticism.
Yeah. So
we'll see how that actually plays out during the real season when he's up against much stronger, much faster talent. Because our D line yesterday was not what you're going to get out of us, which is fine by me.
For someone who a brand new in the league. Going up against some, guys who are going to be not even on our practice squad on some teams.
Oh yeah, most of those won't. To
scramble into the end zone and start mocking the Fly Eagles Fly, that's not great. That's not a good look. Not a good look.
He just knows we're not playing them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miguel, what are your thoughts?
He just wanted to get on TV. That's all he wanted to do. Like I didn't really. I watched the game. I woke up in time for this one, so nice. I got to watch up into the third quarter.
Hey, there you
go. A couple things I'm getting tired of seeing right now. I mean, let's just give Devin Allen a great beginning the game with that kickoff return. That was nice. Excellent. That was excellent to see because I was starting to give up on that kid. I just felt like he's a track runner. He just runs straight. He has no wiggle to him to get people missing on him, getting elusive. But it was good to see what he did last night to start that game off. And I'm also getting really tired of what's the receiver with the N name? Ngata. I'm really tired of that situation. That he needs to go sit down somewhere else. I think he just is not a good receiver at all. But he'll never see the field anyway behind our receivers.
No.
But, we saw some good flashes from some good people that are on the bubble. Tyron Jackson was one of them that I've been seeing on the defensive line there. But overall, I'm happy that preseason is over. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. Let's get this race started with, man, because I'm tired of everybody talking about what the Eagles should be doing. I want to see what they can be doing.
Yeah, I agree. I echo that, Miguel. I want to get this season started. I want to come out and blow out the Patriots and say, hey, this is a team ready to go, and we're in full blast. Because
what I'm hearing on the radio and stuff is just like everybody's like, oh, the Eagles is going to be impossible for the Eagles to make it back to Super Bowl because of history, because they have a harder schedule, this, that, and the third. Kansas City just did it the 2 years prior.
Yeah,
they lost to one, came back and won against us.
Yeah, but they don't want to talk bad about Kansas City.
Of course, but they want to throw that at us. But I feel like it's a good chance that it might be a rematch in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Maybe this is just me being me. Maybe it's a hot take. I don't know. I have a feeling that Kansas City's not going to be the same Kansas City this year. Like something in my brain says it's like that their luck is
running out.
Not running out. I think it might be taking an off year though. There's like something in me saying that this is not their year. It's not that it's like, we're wrong. Obviously, I want it to be the Eagles year, but it's not like anything in me is going, oh, it's 100% the Eagles year. Like no, it's like I did like something in my brain just says like there's something weird in the NFL this year, and I just don't think that Kansas City makes it.
Oh, the AFC is getting stacked now. I mean,
Yeah,
like we're the power team in the NFC, and then who's after that? It's a big huge drop off. Whereas if you look at the AFC,
there's people out there who would say the Cowboys are the power team, and I still don't understand what they're talking about.
This is my problem. If when the Eagles make the Super Bowl, which I hope they do, the next narrative is going to be, well, there's nobody else in the NFC to challenge them.
Of course,
always. That's that's going to come up. I mark my word.
That's like last year. It was a schedule. We had an easy schedule. That was the reason why.
Yeah.
And now this year is going to be, there's no teams in there to challenge you guys, so that's why you made it a Super Bowl.
Exactly.
It's just going to be the built-in excuse.
Yeah. I will say, I just want to touch back on something you had brought up earlier, Miguel.
Okay.
I would like to see Ngata make our practice squad.
Yeah.
Because he's got potential. He was phenomenal out of high school. I know college was kind of wishy-washy on him, but you know what? Kevon Wallace looked amazing in college, and for us so far has not. And now this year, he's finally starting to look like he might be bringing that force that he had in college. If Ngata can sit on our practice squad for a year or two, I mean, he is 6'3",
but he's been there.
20. No, he's not. He's a rookie. He's 21, 22 years old.
I thought he
been
on there.
Came out. No, I'm looking at it right now.
You sure? I feel like he was on the
squad last year. Nah, not Ngata. Ngata's brand new. He came out of Clemson this year
with somebody else.
I think that there's potential in him if he can sit practice squad.
He's a good developmental guy. He did have a
exactly. He's not ready, not with our roster right now. But there's something in me that believes there's potential there. And you know what? I get it if I'm going to get critique for this because apparently I've got bad takes on that to some people. That's fine. I just think, for the age, the skill set he has, that ceiling that's there, I think if we can get him on the practice squad, that's where he needs to be. As you mentioned earlier about Devin Allen, I will say that kick return was beautiful. I am obviously, anyone who knows me, who knows anything about him, he's from Oregon. I want to see him succeed, whether it be here or somewhere else. But I was like you. I was like, you know what? Look at our receiver room. Yeah. Look, you had a fun career in track and field. You might not make it here in the NFL, and that, that's fine. It was cool to see you play. That was phenomenal.
Right.
And if we do keep him on for returns, as long as he doesn't drop anymore, I'm not going to be mad at it because that speed can be deadly if he puts it down properly. I think if he doesn't have to, if anyone blocks that 45, I think it was a linebacker, when he had to kind of slow down for our blockers, he's gone. There's no one else catching him after that one move. So that was cool to see. It was nice to see a kick return go well for us for once. So
right.
Just touching on those guys that you mentioned them. But I agree with you that, you know what, some of these players, like, cool, we've had our talks about them. I'm ready for the season. I want to see AJ Brown catching passes. I want to see Devonta Smith catching passes. I want to see our boys. I want to see Swift scoring touchdowns. Like,
I'm excited. I'm excited to see the starting lineup. Who's going to be the starting lineup in the first game of the season? I'm really excited for this.
I think most of them are locked. I think the main question is that starting running back.
Yeah, we've got. We'll go. Let's. Has everybody spoken up about the Colts in this game?
Colts suck. Like their best receiver got hurt. I like Pittman too.
The fact that Pittman was out there and then he got hurt, they're going to question the Colts staff. Like, what are you guys doing? What are you doing,
bro? You're like our former offensive coordinator over there. What are you doing over there?
No.
What are you doing?
Trying too hard.
Right.
So it's a preseason game.
Right.
Yep.
So a few things that I wrote down. Eli Ricks, I think he makes the team. He had a good game. Do I wish Gardner Minshew was on this team again? I'm going to say no. Fred Johnson, the guy who the Eagles cut and then signed to a 2-year contract. I think he's going to be a good player. I think he's going to be good backup. That is. The O-line couldn't run block, but those aren't our starters. Those guys aren't the starters.
I don't know if we keep Opeta.
Yeah,
he's got a little older.
Yeah, it's going to be, interesting cut here. All right, so let's move on. Let's talk about this 53-man roster that we have. We can go over the things that we know who are definitely going to be on this team. We know that our starting quarterback is Marcus Mariota. I mean, Jalen Hurts.
Mark wishes.
No, I don't.
I'm still confused why he started that game for one series. I'm still baffled by
a lot of teams do that with their players.
He had to get his he's got to work on his craft. He's okay.
Yeah. He needs to work on it for sure.
All right, so we have the 4 quarterbacks that are on the team right now in the 90-man roster that we have. That got to get cut down to 53 is Jalen Hurts, number 1. We have Marcus Mariota, Tanner McKee, and Ian Book. I think
there's no chance for Book making the team.
Yeah, all these guys on the practice squad.
Book's gone. Book is gone. I don't even think he's practice squad. I don't think he needs. After what I saw in that first game, that dude is not. He is not on this team. He's done in my mind. He's done. So there's our 2 guys. We have 3 guys so far on the team. We are down to we have 3.
You're keeping track of it, writing it down.
I'm going to keep track of it, writing it down.
All right, so we just take one step back to running back.
Let's go to running back. Okay. We have Gainwell, Rashard Penny, Boston Scott, Trey Sherman, and DeAndre Swift. Now,
and Kennedy Brooks.
Do we before I go forward with that is that Kennedy Brooks.
Poor guy.
There was talks this whole week about Jonathan Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows that I can't stand this dude.
You don't like him because he put you over 1 in fantasy. That's it.
Yeah, and that's all it takes. That's all it takes.
Typical Philly fan.
I don't.
Time.
That's all it takes, dude. That's all it takes. I don't think we need this guy.
You want the Taylor Swift backfield?
I don't want the Taylor Swift backfield.
I was waiting for one of y'all to say it. God damn it!
I
heard it on the fucking radio all week.
Don't want the Taylor Swift backfield.
The only reason I would want it is to see that, just to see like a dual running back setup play, and it's just Taylor Swift.
No, no thanks.
I don't want it.
I'll pass. I'll pass on that. So I am solid with. Let's see this backfield. All right, we know this guy Kennedy Brooks is not making the team. Okay, no. He's not going to make the team. Trey Sherman has been. He's been the guy, but he's going to be practice squad. He's not. He can't make the team.
He can't hold on the ball. He can't hold the ball.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know if he even sticks with us. I think even if we put him on practice squad, I think some other team picks him up.
I think so. He's got enough view. Like he had enough play where people are going to see him. Like, all right, let's throw a
running backs aren't valued. Remember,
that's true. That is true. So we're keeping DeAndre Swift, right? He's going to be, I think, our number 1 back. Penny, obviously, you put money out for him to keep him, right? Does he?
I mean, I'm not really high on Penny that much. I don't know if it's because of the lack of me seeing him play and see what he's going to be in our offense.
I didn't like when we signed him in the first place.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, if we can get fucking Jonathan Taylor for a 5th round or 6th round draft pick and maybe like a garbage player, I take him.
They want firsts.
They see the thing is with the Colts. The Colts owner doesn't value Jonathan Taylor as a number 1 back, like the amount of money, but he wants number 1 back money.
Exactly.
Back.
Exactly. Yeah. You can't do that.
No,
it's not going to work that way.
Doesn't work that way.
Now, I would think. I think obviously we keep Swift. I think for the moment we keep Penny, Gainwell, and Scott. I think we try to shop Penny personally.
Yeah.
Because I think Gainwell is honestly our second. I think he's right there behind Swift. I think there's like people aren't realizing how much Gainwell's going to play a role. And while we love Boston Scott, he's a giant killer. I think he's going to be kind of relegated to that, couple plays here or there and key games.
Right.
Penny just doesn't fit as much of the schedule. But we'll see. Maybe we're going to use him as a third down back.
I was going to say, Penny's going to be a third down back. He's going to take up those short and 3 yard, those short 3 yard plays where, Jalen Hurts doesn't have to do what do they call it? The tush push. They don't have to do that. They'll just they'll put the penny back. They'll be the penny back. Put him in, and they'll back right in. All right, so we got seven. We got seven
players.
So here's wide receiver. We got a lot of wide receivers here. Obviously, these guys aren't going to be on the team. So first, Devin Allen. Does Devin Allen make this team?
Potentially for special teams, but nothing more.
Right. Okay.
Not at the moment.
Potentially, but then it's like, what are you doing with Scott? Like he could be kick returning.
I think you'd have to go old school. I think you'd have to have a kick returner and a punt returner. I think we'd have to have Scott be that punt return.
Yeah.
Allen be the kick return. Because I think, personally, I've always felt that way. I feel like punt return, you're more likely to need to make a cut as soon as you catch the ball. So I always felt better with running backs on a punt return. Whereas kick returns, you almost guaranteed you've got time to kind of build up speed and go. So when you've got a guy that's arguably one of the fastest in the NFL, even if he's not the best player, he's fast. He makes a great kick returner if he can develop like that.
Right, he can get like those yards back from
we didn't see it, but for anyone who did watch him in the Olympics, I mean, the man's an Olympic hurdler.
Yeah,
put someone in front of him who dives, like instincts kick in. Maybe he hurdles somebody for a beautiful play. I want to see it.
Yeah,
but I think that would be the draw for him. I think that he's a bubble boy at best.
Right. AJ Brown, does he make the team?
Are the Eagles green?
Nah, cut him.
My God.
All right, AJ Brown on the team. All right, Deion Kane. I don't think he makes the team. I don't think
I've had enough of him.
Yep. Britton Covey. I think I've seen enough of him as well.
Yep. I agree.
Jadon Hazelwood. He's a rookie. He's a rookie, undrafted free agent. He might be practice squad.
Yes, as a rookie, I think you have to give him the benefit of the doubt for practice squad.
All right, so I'll keep track of practice squad. Nobody else we put on the practice squad yet, right? We didn't put Kennedy Brooks on the practice squad.
We can put Sturman on there, I would say.
All right, so we got two guys on practice squad, and we got So here we go. Johnny King, Johnny be gone.
Johnny Gargano, what?
Joseph. Now here we go. Here's your guy, Joseph Nagata.
Cut.
Nagata.
No, I think that's practice squad. I think he's got to be practice squad.
We'll go with practice squad, but that's 3 guys on our practice squad, and there's only 11 total. Just remember that.
Well, no more receivers.
Devonta Smith, he makes the team.
Yep. Freddie Swan.
Freddie Swan. No, by Freddie. All right, here we go. Greg Ward.
Had enough of him too.
I don't think we have other players to fill that role right now.
Quez Watkins.
Quez. You got
that's your third. Who's your fourth?
Omalade.
And then Omadai Zacharias.
That dude.
He had a pretty good training.
Yeah, he had a pretty good training camp.
But you don't. So you're saying only have 5 receivers on the team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna cut our star, or the guy who was our best player in preseason. I know it's only preseason. Okay.
Who was the star? Greg Ward.
In receiver corps, I would say he was the best we had in the preseason.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with it. I'm not like high on him. I'm just saying, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right, so we keep Omalade, Watkins, Devonta Smith, AJ Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then Devin Allen. We're keeping Devin Allen, AJ Brown, Smith, Watkins, and Zacharias.
Okay.
And then we got Hazel. We got Nagata, and I think we did Nagata and Hazelwood on the practice squad.
But I think that makes sense. I mean, I think rookies that you want to see more development out of, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
All right, what's our next position?
Tight ends.
That's gonna be a hard one.
Tight ends.
I think
we got Calcaterra,
Mm-hmm.
Dallas Goedert, Tyree Jackson. Who I think I'm tired of Tyree Jackson. That dude.
Yeah.
You breathe on him and he gets hurt. I'm done with him.
Yeah, but then it's like, who do you go with? Brady Russell
Yeah, we know Dallas Goedert's going to make the team. Who's his backup? Calcaterra. Who's better, Calcaterra or Brady Russell?
Russell's a rookie, but I kind of like the way he's been playing.
I like him.
I personally don't have any here or there for Calcaterra. He just has been our backup. And then, of course, we've kept Stoll because he's one of the better blocking tight ends.
Right. So let's just say we're going to keep Brady Russell, Dallas Goedert, and Jack Stoll. Yeah, those three guys.
That sounds like a solid three tight ends to me.
Yep. All right, let's move on to this is going to be easy. Our offensive line. Let's go with tackles.
Mailata and Johnson.
Got Mailata and Johnson.
Cut him.
And let's see. We also have Fred Johnson, who we just signed, so he's going to be a backup, right?
Yeah, I heard some weird story about him this morning, but I can't recall what it was. It was a reason why they cut him and brought him back. It was like a cap issue or some shit. It was weird. Yeah.
And then Dennis Kelly. They made a trade to get Dennis Kelly, or they signed him. I know they signed him as a free agent. So
they signed him.
So that's 4 tackles. Do we keep 4 tackles on the team?
I mean, we do like our O-line depth.
Mm-hmm.
You got to keep the O-line depth. You got to protect Hurts. You got to keep that running game strong.
So Lane Johnson, Fred Johnson, Dennis Kelly, and Jordan Mailata. Those are our 4 tackles they're keeping.
I would cut the one.
Roderick Johnson's going to get cut.
Right.
Yep.
And that's it. That's the only tackle.
No. Wait, hold on. Looking at my list here.
Yeah, Lane, Fred, Roderick, all Johnsons. Not related.
Wow, that's crazy. That's a long Johnson.
Dennis Kelly and Mailata.
Yeah, no. Keep them.
Yeah. So it's you're gonna keep Dennis Kelly, Mailata, Fred Johnson, and Lane Johnson. Those 4 guys.
Yeah.
Where's Chris Long when you need him?
Who? Oh, Chris Long. Yeah, I know. That would be really good. All right, so now we can go to guard. Now they have 2 guards on here: Jack Driscoll and Brett Toth as guard tackles.
Yeah, they're swing players.
They're those 2 guys. They were on the team. They were on the team last year. Jack Driscoll, he came in and did some good when Lane Johnson was out.
Where do they have Taylor Steen on that list?
Under just guards. Under guards we've got Landon Dickerson, Sua Apatia, Tyrese Robinson, Josh Sills.
Probably gonna cut Sills and Opeta. I would think.
I'm positive we'll cut Opeta. We might not cut Sills because he's younger, but if we do, I wouldn't be surprised.
Isn't that the kid that had the legal issues at the Super Bowl?
Oh, it might have been. You're right.
Yeah, he's legally. He's been acquitted.
He's been acquitted, but I don't think
we're obviously keeping Dickerson. That's not a question.
Yeah,
keeping Dickerson.
I would think we have to keep it. I would think that because Cam Jurgens is listed center, but he's going to play guard.
He's going to play guard.
I think we're going to keep Tyrese because he's only a year in. I think that's like we're developing him behind our O-line. I think we get rid of Opeta. I think we get rid of Sills. I think we keep Dickerson. I think we keep Tyrese. I think we keep where's this guy? Driscoll. Maybe we get rid of Toth.
Yeah, I think Toth has got to go and Sills got to go. And then so here Tyler Steen is just listed as O-line.
Right. That's what I was looking at.
I couldn't find him, but he's just listed as O-line.
Like he plays so many positions, but obviously we're keeping.
And he's from Alabama, so it's like you don't want to give up on him.
Yeah,
like
I think
no.
He's going to be on the team. So
I think we're keeping Jones too. Rookie O lineman. We're not normally known for cutting rookie O linemen because we've got such a great coach.
But so how many guys is that? So we got 5. So 5 starters. We got Jason Kelsey, obviously, is going to be on the team.
Obviously.
So Jason Kelsey, Cam Jurgens, Landon Dickerson, Lane Johnson, and Jordan Malata. That's your starting offensive line. Well, wow, that is wow. Yeah. So now your backups. So your backups are going to be Tyler Steen, Julian Good Jones.
I think Tyrese Robinson. And then Driscoll.
Jack Driscoll. I'm just scrolling here. That's what we're doing here. So
I got you.
Jack Driscoll, Dennis Kelly, Fred Johnson. Are we keeping Roderick Johnson? No. Brett Toth.
No.
Okay.
So we're at 11 linemen.
Let's see, we got 5, 6. 11.
Yeah.
That's 11.
Yep.
Does that sound good?
I'm not mad at it. I know it's a lot. I'm not mad at it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, when you have high expectations like we do, you got to keep that line solid. So it's better to have them in the building now, get comfortable in the offense, so that way you don't have to bring them in later and have them adjust or adapt.
All right, so that's the offense, and that gives us a total of 30 guys on offense. 30.
That's weird. I've been adding them up. I'm at 26. Who am I missing? I'm missing 4 guys.
Yeah, I've been tallying as we were going, because we
running backs.
We got 3 quarterbacks, 4 running backs, 5 receivers.
Yep.
3 tight ends.
11 line.
11 line.
That's 26.
And then what's this 4 here? We are keeping 4 tight ends. What am I missing here?
I think you just wrote an extra number because you added everyone. That's 26.
I did an extra number. 26. Yeah. I added 4 by accident.
We're literally at half the roster with the important side.
7, 12, 15. Yeah, 26. Okay, I don't know where does 4 come from. I don't know.
I think this defense can be harder to keep.
So we got 26 guys on offense. Now defense is going to be I think the offense was actually easier than I think the defense is going to be.
Oh yeah, defense is going to be difficult. A lot of people I don't want to get rid of.
We already know who the starters are.
So
it's just backup.
All right, but also we also got to keep in thing here that we have. We got to keep our kicker, our punter, and our long snapper. So that's
who
3
is our
guys.
long snapper?
Rick Lovato.
Okay, right, so just add 3 right now.
Lovato with an L.
So that's 3. So now we're at
29.
We're at 29.
This is going to make this a lot harder.
Now it becomes a little bit harder now because now.
All right, let's. I'm going to start. Let's go alphabetical this time. Let's start with cornerbacks. We don't need to kind of scroll up and down. Because I think I'm looking at the same list you are.
Okay, cornerbacks. Bradbury.
Obviously.
So Bradbury, Mika Gardner.
Mekhi
Gardner. Mario Goodrich. Josh Jobe. Avante Maddox, yes. Eli Ricks.
Yep.
Keely Ringo.
Yep.
Josiah Scott.
No.
Darius Slay.
Of course.
And Tristan McCullum.
I think what you're going to see on the actual roster, you're going to see Slay and Bradbury and Maddox 100%.
Yep.
I'd stash Job on practice squad.
I would love to stash Job on the practice squad.
Job's on the practice squad.
And I feel like just because we drafted them, even I think that Ringo and Ricks both could use some practice. Mm-hmm. But I think if you let them go to the practice squad, they're gone.
If you put Keely Ringo and Eli Ricks on the practice squad, they're
gone. Yeah. Week 1, they're gone.
Yeah.
So they have to make the roster.
They were actually talking about that on 94.1 this morning on the way home. They're saying how crazy is it that if you can be able to stash Ringo, Ricks, and I forget what they had another name on there.
Probably Garner because he's a rookie from LSU. He also is pretty good.
Imagine how much of a good starting defensive back unit you would have in 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
If we could keep all 3 of them on the roster, I mean, just back up.
You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to.
I think we might actually have to because, like, you put Ringo, let's say, behind Slay, you put Ricks behind Bradbury, and you put Garner behind Maddox. You almost have to because, like I said, like he was saying, they're rookies. They might not be polished at the moment, but they're not Sauce Gardner,
No,
but they've got potential, and they've got high ceiling potential.
Yeah. So we got Bradbury, Slay, Maddox,
of course,
and then we got Ricks,
Ringo.
And
Makai Garner.
And Gardner. That's 6 DBs.
Oh, that's painful.
That's 6.
Oh, I don't like that. I like it, but I don't.
And we haven't even gotten to safety yet.
Or linebacker. Or D-line.
Or D-line.
Fuck.
We might have to cut some O-linemen to make room for this.
Yeah. We can go back.
I'm glad I don't get paid to do this shit.
No. I wish I got paid to do this, though. I mean, money.
I do. I ain't gonna lie.
I was actually just looking up jobs for the Eagles like last night, and I was like, "There's 1 or 2." I'm like, I could do that.
All right, let's go to linebackers because linebackers. There's a lot of linebackers. There's a lot of linebackers here. All right, so we got
some obvious.
Quentin Bell, Zach Cunningham, Nakobe Dean, Christian Ellis, Kyron Johnson, Patrick Johnson, Tariq Max Williams, Nicholas Moreau. Hassan Reddick, Nolan Smith, Ben Van Summerin, and that's it.
That's it.
Okay, so we know that Hassan Reddick makes this team, even though we had a shitty preseason.
Right.
And now just kidding.
Nakobe Dean, of course. I'm gonna say 100% Nolan Smith makes the team. There's no question. Those 3 are like there's no question.
Yep.
All right, so Cunningham played pretty good.
Cunningham and Morrow both played pretty good.
And so did Ellis.
Played better. Cunningham played the best, though, of that group. I'm saying Cunningham has to make the team. I think he played the best out of anyone who was a question.
All right, so Christian Ellis goes to the practice squad.
I don't think he makes that.
You don't think he makes the practice squad?
Yeah, I think somebody takes him
24. He's gone.
Yeah.
Well,
the way he played.
Put him there anyway. Put him there. See, maybe he can. And then what about Morrow? Guy signed into free agency.
I would rather keep Ellis and let Murrow try to go to the practice squad.
All right, so put Murrow in the practice squad and keep Ellis. That's 5 linebackers.
That sounds good to me.
5 linebackers.
You have 3 starters and 2 backups. Come on. If I'm building a roster, if I'm building an NFL roster, obviously, and you need 3 starters, I'm okay with having 2 backups.
I just need to know what Brian Johnson's defense. I mean, not Brian Johnson's defense. What's the D coordinator's name again?
Not Brian Johnson.
No, not Brian Johnson.
I can't remember his name.
Say. Yeah.
Decide.
Sean Desai. Poor guy. I feel bad for him.
Sorry.
I just wish I knew what kind of defense he was going to run. Like, he hasn't really. Everything we see in preseason has all been vanilla defense. So it's like we don't know the style that he wants to run. So it's like I don't know.
Reddick, Smith, Dean, Cunningham, and I guess Ellis will be you know what? For now, I say let Morrow go. We'll put Ellis on the practice squad. That way, we're only keeping 4.
So we have six guys on the practice squad and only 4 linebackers. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So let Morrow go to the practice squad. Keep Ellis.
No, let Morrow go.
Yeah.
Put Ellis on the practice squad.
Okay.
That hurt to say.
Yeah.
That's painful.
Yeah.
Okay. This is what you have to do here. Okay. So next D line. We'll go with ends first.
All right.
Derek Barnett. Brandon Graham.
You know what? I'm not going to argue this.
Dude causes too many penalties, dude. He's the one that started the fight against
you know it. I was just
Cleveland.
Yeah.
Look, we're keeping Graham. We're keeping Sweat.
Yep.
You know, like for who's actually listed as DN, we only have what, 5 listed DNs?
5 DNs. Derek Barnett, Graham, Taron Jackson, Janarius Robinson, and Josh Sweat.
All right, we'll keep Sweat and Graham.
Yeah.
And you know what? We've got enough players in other parts that they can rotate. You know, maybe we keep an extra linebacker and just rotate them in at the end.
I think I just think those 2 guys, Sweat and Graham, we're good.
I don't know much about Jackson. I didn't watch it. I didn't really see anything out of Robinson, and we all know what we get out of Barnett.
Yeah, I think there's been talks of video of Nick Sirianni saying, "Why is it always that guy?" And he's always talking about Derek Barnett. It's always him.
Him.
Why is it always him? I think he's worn out his welcome, and I think he's done. He's gone.
All right, so we keep 2 DNs.
Yeah,
that feels so like. As someone who's looking at a roster, I would not feel comfortable with that. But looking at who we have, I have to feel comfortable with it.
Yeah. So let's look at our tackles here. The tackles are aplenty here. We got Jalen Carter.
Kept.
You think he can make the practice squad?
No.
Hell no.
No.
Gone.
No.
All they had to see is a J there. He's gone.
Robert Cooper. I don't know. He can be.
So we'll see.
Fletcher Cox.
Obvious.
Keeping. Jordan Davis.
Obvious.
Keeping. Moro Ojamo.
I would like to see him make the practice squad.
Yeah, I would like
at the latest. Too. Yeah.
Olive Sangapulo.
I didn't
see him enough of him. Yeah, I didn't get to see enough of him.
Caleb Sanders.
Cut him just because he's from Dakota State.
Yeah, I don't know why. Dude, I don't know why everyone's dropping out of that. I get that college has been like undefeated for years, but it's like
they don't play anybody.
Yeah, it's undefeated in like quadruple A. You know, whoop-de-doo. You beat up on
congratulations.
You beat up on JV kids. Good job, man.
Right. Marlon Tuapulutu. He's gone. I mean, he's got to be gone. Milton Williams. Got to keep him.
Got to keep him.
You got to keep him.
Marvin Wilson.
I don't know much off him. I feel bad, but I don't.
That's 4 tackles. I'm good with that. Those are 4 tackles.
That's cool.
Right?
How many spots left?
4 tackles, and in my opinion, 4 phenomenal tackles. I'll give you that.
We're at 16.
Okay.
So we have 16 and 29.
45 total.
45 total.
We have 7 left.
Right. So now who we go back.
We still have safeties to do.
We have safeties here. Let's see. Scrolling down.
Blankenship, Brown.
Wait, where are the
Wallace?
So you got Blankenship. He makes the team.
100%.
Sidney Brown makes the team.
Yep.
He better.
Terrell Edmonds. I think he makes the team.
I think he will. I don't think we need him, but we traded for him.
Yeah.
Right.
And signed him at least. I think Kevon Wallace.
Kevon Wallace.
He might be on the chopping block right there.
That's 4 guys. That's 4 guys right there.
See, the way he's played this preseason, like the way he's had his camp, I feel like he has to make the team.
Yeah.
If it was after last year, I would agree with you. If last year, 100%. If they're like, hey, he's chopped, I'm like, I get it. He didn't do anything. This year, the fact that other teams are complaining about how he's giving it he's trying too hard.
Yeah.
I'm like if you're bitching and moaning about getting hit in football because he hit you too hard, I kind of like that guy.
I don't know, but I think Sidney Brown now kind of outplayed him.
I don't know
and that's fine. That's fine. They can be on the special teams. They
let them fight each other. I don't care. They'll keep it up. I'm okay with those two both being tenacious like that.
So who we cutting there?
I think Justin Evans.
He's gone.
So
honestly,
3?
We have 4 still. Honestly, out of the group, I personally would be cutting Terrell Edmonds. I know we signed him. I know we put some extra money out. He was, a pretty good back in the past, but I just don't think we need it. He's older than everyone else that we're looking at, and he just, I I feel like we've kind of got some skill there.
I hear you, but I think he makes the team just because
I think he does. I think we carry 4. And
so that gives us.
And you see who else needs a safety later on in the season.
Right.
Trade him out for a 3rd round pick.
So it gives us 2 left or 3 left.
So that gives us, we're up to 20 now. So we got 49, right? 4 guys left.
No, 49 would be 3 guys left. 50, 51, 52.
It's in the 53-man roster now?
Oh, it is. I'm sorry. My brain's not working this morning.
That's all right.
All right. We have 4 guys left.
So 4 guys left. Now we can go back to those guys. We only put 7 guys on the practice squad too. So do we take anybody off that practice squad that we?
So does people that are hurt, do they count against our roster slots or
not until they come back?
Yeah. So we can go back and do we keep? Does Trey Sherman make the team? Do we keep Moreau?
I don't think we keep Sermon. I think we're still like I as much as I think he's had a decent preseason, 4 running backs is enough for a roster. I think that's actually more than most teams would carry.
What about what?
I think we're more likely to see a 6th wide receiver than we are a 5th running back.
So is that Greg Ward? Do we keep Greg Ward again?
I think they had somebody somebody got cut from another team.
Could do that. Yeah,
we could do that. Yeah,
we can do that.
So keep in mind for practice squad, expect that they will take up these spots. Tyree Cleveland, Zach McPherson will most likely take up practice squad spots once they're off IR.
Right. All right. So let's just say the practice squad is filled with the guys that are hurt.
And Sean Bradley.
And Sean Bradley.
And Sean Bradley. You're right. My bad.
Sean Bradley.
Cleveland.
Yeah,
Cleveland. Yeah, Cleveland definitely. I want that man.
Yeah,
healthy.
I want him too.
I think he's looking really good.
Those 4 guys fill it up.
Sorry, had he been healthy, that was going to be my guy to do punt returns, kickoff returns.
I'd like to see
That's why
it.
I wanted to see that.
Yeah, I think the only other person that I'm looking at, if we wanted to add one more person to the roster, I was either thinking Morrow or Greg Ward were probably the only other 2 that I'm like, either that extra linebacker or that 6th receiver. In my opinion, is what I'm looking at.
I'm more comfortable with a extra linebacker than another receiver.
I get that. Okay.
Yeah.
And so that gives us 50. So we need 3 more guys. So we could actually still keep
hit with 50.
We hit it with 50.
See who else gets cut.
Who else gets cut? I can't imagine. Do they keep Derek Burnett? Possibly. Do they keep more than
maybe they trade him? Maybe they trade him.
I think they're more likely to keep him just because they've kept him for so long.
Yeah,
honestly, at this point,
he restructured his deal to stay with the team, so they probably keep him.
Until our order comes in, that is the only Eagles jersey I have of a current player. Because he was so good in college. Me and my buddies, when we saw him come out, and the fact we got him, I mean, you're talking Reggie White sack.
That's what they were claiming. He's Reggie White coming out.
We were so ecstatic when we got him, and now I'm like, why?
Yeah,
why?
Yeah, I was there for that draft. I had high expectations for him too. And hurts me to see what he's become.
Here's my current Eagles jerseys for you guys. All right, Wentz. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which I not kidding.
Like it's like the 3rd time we've talked about this, but go ahead.
Fine, Miguel. They're fine. Right. You're fine. No, I got Wentz. I got Sanders. I got Ertz.
Right. Now, we could talk. The order that we made for this.
I'm hype on that.
Like Miguel, you were a modest 2 jerseys. A modest 2 jerseys.
I was.
I'm getting 1. I'm getting 1. Okay. Mark is like he wants 8 jerseys.
Holy shit.
8 jerseys. This guy's going all out.
Mariota's one of them, isn't it?
It is not.
It is not. It is not.
Which Oregon player on that list is on there?
None. There are none. No. I'm getting Hurts, Lane Johnson, Kelsey, Mailata, which I'm like, all right, respectable.
Mm-hmm.
DeAndre Swift, Nolan Smith. I feel like, nice young rookies to be looking up to.
Mm-hmm.
I am putting my chips in my belief for Kevon Wallace.
Yeah, a Kevon Wallace jersey.
I'm getting a Kevon Wallace jersey.
And a Nakobe Dean.
And, of course, the linebacker, the mechanical engineer that's running our defense this year, Nakobe Dean.
So, yeah.
Spread some love.
They're going to put some kids through school with that.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes I had to get one up. So what I did is I got jerseys that my family can wear. There's the O-lineman that's hurt. And then I got players of our future, players I'm excited about. And in those, I got one in every color. I got a white, I got a black, I got a Kelly green, and a midnight.
Yeah, you were. This is the strategic selection of names. You did. That was a strategic selection of names.
That it was.
I could not believe when it came through. I'm like, what is this? It was great.
I'm excited.
Hey, so he's gonna put it through. I think today or tomorrow. He said so.
Well, you tell me when he's ready for another. I might get another 8. You know,
I might put some more orders in.
Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter. We got to go Sweat. You got to go Slay and Bradbury. You know, maybe Sidney Brown, maybe Blankenship.
Or some of the younger guys we were just talking about. Ringo.
Like, you know what? Let me just buy 52 jersey. Let's call it a day.
All right. I'm happy with that 53-man roster that we came up with. You know, they're good. I mean, we're not perfect here, but I think knowing who the Eagles are,
we're not perfect.
We're not going to be perfect here. You know, and if we are perfect, you know, if any teams listening to this, I will work for you guys for peanuts, just peanuts. Like I just want a job.
Nice.
So. I'm happy with that. I'm excited to see how he does and what he works his magic. Just let him cook. Let him cook and see what happens.
Thing about rosters, just we were talking about earlier. I'm gonna make a little comment. I think first there's certain players. I think like Kelsey is one of them where it's like his roster spot is just saved forever until he decides to retire. There's never gonna come a day where like, you know what? Look, Cam Jurgens has outplayed you. It's gonna be like, you know what? Even if Cam Jurgens is better, we're gonna keep you, Kelsey.
Yeah, he's just gonna stay here. He's fine.
Yeah, I love Kelsey. Guys, you guys excited for? You guys gonna watch that documentary?
Yeah, it's September 12th. September 12th.
Yeah,
I'm gonna binge that.
So I heard this yesterday on Instagram. I wanted to see your thoughts and what you would do. The question was, you could choose any 2 positions on your team to replace with any NFC East rival player.
I sent
Who would you choose? Yeah, you did send that. Who would you choose?
Yeah, everybody chose people from the Eagles, so it's like
everyone chose everyone in the NFC East. All the people did that. We're choosing Eagles players. Let's just put that out there first and foremost.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
so. It's hard because we're so stacked.
So I'll go out on a limb here. I'll go first just because I already know mine. I thought about it. Look, with our current linebacker core, you could say obviously Dean is a starter. Obviously Reddick is a starter. And it's got to be replacing a starter is what the thought was. So our other linebackers, either Murrow or Cunningham.
Right.
I'm willing to say, and this isn't a bias. This is just I'm looking at the linebackers in the NFC East. I'm taking Thibodeau over whoever else we're putting there. He is just better. He's that good. And then when it comes to the other player, I'm gonna get shit on for this. I already know it. Brandon Graham, I love you. Right. I hope you understand how much I love you and think you're one of the greatest Eagles players who have ever played the game. But if we're just doing this hypothetical situation, Parsons is like 24 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I would have to put Parsons there.
Why replace Graham, though? Just put him on the other side. Take Sweat's spot.
Because Sweat's younger than Graham.
You're going with age.
I'm going with age.
But Graham is the heart of the team.
I know. His trash talk is second to none. Second to none.
I'm just saying overall skill set of the team. I'm like, look, like Graham's been contemplating retirement. Okay, Sweat's not.
Yeah.
If it was after this season, I'm saying it right off Parsons, because like if Graham's going to contemplate retirement anyway, it's like, well, just
yeah,
fill that gap.
Those are two good picks.
I understand. The only two players I would take. Like I'm looking all around the rest of all NFC East. Who else is even like in my personal like who else even worth taking? We've got the team.
Saquon gives you like a thought, maybe, but
he did, but he's
okay with and we're okay at running back. Like I'm okay with Swift.
Exactly. I think Swift's going to be
very great.
But I agree with you. Like it's one of those. Yeah, like, I thought about Saquon, but I'm like, all right, like I don't think we need a running back. I don't know of like, all right, Dallas has some good receivers. I think our receivers are better, and we've got the best tight end. I think we got the best O line. Like who else is out there?
Look out for Sam. Look out for Sam Howell. Look out for Sam Howell.
Maybe. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I can't believe he was named the starter over Set. But hey, whattever.
Yeah. Chase
before we move on to our fantasy,
wait. What's your choice?
I'm with that. I'm with exactly.
Okay.
I think we're all.
I'm agreeing. Okay. I don't need to. There's nobody else to pick. Like, I'm not gonna pick Daniel Jones.
Parsons pick, but it's
I'm not gonna. No, I'll take Parsons. He's young. Like you said, Brandon Graham.
Let's be honest. Like he won't admit it out loud. Oh, he won't verbally admit it, but he has shown how much he wants to be an Eagle. That man lives to be in Philly. Just like Myles Garrett's comment the other day, everyone wants to be an Eagle.
Yeah, they do. Why not? Real quick, I sent you a picture on Instagram. So another Instagram team asked us to come up with an offense. with an offense. With $15, you have to make up an offense worth $15. Who would you select? So at quarterback, they've got Jalen Hurts. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So Jalen Hurts is a $5 quarterback. Dak Prescott's 4. Daniel Jones is a 3. Sam Howell and Marcus Mariota at $1.
Look, I'll be honest with you. If the options were only between Dak and Mariota, I'm taking Mariota. All right, I don't care.
I wonder why.
No. Look, even as bad as Mariota's had. Dak, in my opinion, has a curse hanging over his head this year for his pick controversy. That man, I'm not touching that man with a 15-foot pole.
We will be keeping track of how many interceptions he throws this year, just to let you know.
100%.
Dak is the black Carson Wentz.
All right, so
I said it.
So are we spending our first $5 on Jalen Hurts? Is that what we're doing here?
I am.
Out of 15?
Out of $15.
Oh, I'm looking around the rest of the players.
Take a look. Yeah, take a look.
All right, I'm cool with my running back costing me $2. I'll be very obvious about that. That's my $2 play right there.
Right. So we got Jalen Hurts at $5.
You know what's kind of crazy about this is like, other than Eagles players, like the faces alone, I'm confused on some.
I don't recognize everybody. I know.
So number 2 is our $2 running back is DeAndre Swift, right?
$2 easy.
$2.
Like Saquon's your 5. Like no disrespect, Saquon. I'm okay with Saquon being the most expensive back out of this group. Number 4.
Yeah. Who got?
Who is that? Pollard.
I think that's Josh Jacobs.
That's Josh Jacobs.
Is it? All right. I thought it was only NFC East players.
Oh, it is NFC East.
Yeah, it's only Pollard.
It's Tony Pollard. It's
only NFC. I was spending $4 on Pollard.
No. All right. So who's our wide receiver?
So that's where it gets painful for me.
AJ Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Terry McKellen, and I don't know who these two guys.
I'm going Scary Terry, and just to go back to the last question I asked, like I think instead of Watkins, I'd take Terry McLaurin to put him in Watkins' spot, but Scary Terry I would take
for $3.
For $3.
Who's I'm sorry, who's 2 and 1 on this list? Wide receiver 1. I don't recognize faces that well.
AJ Brown.
No, $2, $1. Obviously, I know AJ Brown and Devontae Smith.
I think that's that rookie from the Giants that they just drafted.
Yeah, and I
can't remember his name.
I don't.
And the other dude is Dotson from the
from the Commanders. Yes.
Okay. Ooh, you know what? Price wise, that's not bad.
So wide receiver 2, we got Devontae Smith. And do you know who? I don't even know any of these guys. Oh, is that Sterling Shepard from the Giants?
It's bad how much we don't recognize them by their faces if they're not Eagles players.
Yeah, that's so bad. It's so bad. This might have been a bad idea, Mike.
Yeah.
Who is this guy?
Well, I knew the tight ends. We got Goddard, Waller, and I don't know.
Keep going.
$3. And I don't know who this $2 guy, white guy is. I don't know who this $1 white guy is. This $1 white guy, I have no idea who it is.
$2, I think, is that Cowboys player.
The 3 one, I think, is that Jordan from the Commanders.
Yeah.
Jordan Reed or some shit like that. I don't know.
All right. So we're at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have $5 left to build a team here. $5 left. So we can only pick either a 3 or a 2, or a $2 receiver and a $3 tight end, or a $4.
Or we can just switch it up. Did we get AJ or did we get Scary Terry?
Get Terry. So you can do a 4. You can do a Darren Waller, and the dollar number 2 receiver.
I don't know who that is.
I know that's what I'm saying. Just throwing a dollar out there. I think he's better. I think the dollar receiver is better than Darren Waller. Darren Waller is better than the dollar guy.
Oh yeah, Darren Waller, I think, is probably, which is crazy, but I think because of last season, he's probably the most underrated tight end.
Yeah.
I honestly think that Daniel Jones is going to have. I think Waller's going to be his favorite receiver, and I think
he will be. Yeah.
I have a feeling those two are going to be. Like I was talking earlier, I've seen people talking about how the Cowboys were like the team that could upset us. I don't think it is. I think it's the Giants. I think they're coached better. I think they have some better talent. I think that some of those players are underrated. I know there's a lot of talk about Daniel Jones with he's this or that. I think there's a little bit more in him than we see.
I'm glad you brought him up.
And I want to hear what you got to say about him, but I think that whole team is a little better off than other people are predicting. I mean, remember, they were a playoff team last year too.
Yeah.
And people are like talking about them dogging it this year. I think they're more likely to return to the playoffs than the Cowboys. I mean, I think Dak's more likely to get benched than than the Giants not be a contender this year for the playoffs. That is not the Super Bowl.
Real quick, Chris Collinsworth came out and said, "Oh, so you heard this, huh?"
No, anytime I know you're bringing up Collinsworth, I'm like, oh boy.
Chris Collinsworth came out and said that Daniel Jones most reminds him of Patrick Mahomes and the way.
Oh my jeez.
So wait, what is the worst hot take I've heard this preseason? Collinsworth comparing Daniel Jones to Pat Mahomes.
That might be pretty good.
Or the Cowboys local cast comparing Deuce Vaughn to Barry Sanders. Mind blown that those two statements were made in public. You know what it reminds me of? You guys seen that clip that's been going around about Skip Bayless talking about how Johnny Manziel is going to be more famous than LeBron James?
Yeah.
That is a level of hot take we just heard right there.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
I almost pulled the car over as I heard that on the radio. I'm like, well, no way. And then on that same note, Josh Jacobs, the running back from the Raiders, I believe, he came out and said that he thinks that by the end of this year, Dak Prescott, or by the end of this contract, Dak Prescott will be a backup quarterback in the NFL. Like, he won't surprise me.
He's 100% correct. I think that's not hot at all. I just
thought it was funny though.
It's great.
Funny as hell.
It's great.
It makes me giggle. You know what? What really gets me? The part that really gets me is that a year or so ago there was all this controversy. Jerry Jones not extending Dak Prescott, not extending Zeke, and he finally gives in, signs them both to pretty substantial contracts, and they both shit the bed. They both instantly said, "What football?"
Yeah.
I mean, Zeke's now a Patriot. Dak is like, the fact that as a quarterback that you are talking to the press about your picks means you're going to throw picks.
Right.
I've never heard Jalen Hurts say, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to throw less picks," or sometimes they get those picks. Now, even when he has thrown an interception, he doesn't talk about it. You don't talk about the interceptions.
No, and that's what he's talking about. Everyone's living in his head rent free about it.
I mean, you see it happen like in baseball. Like what we had was Trey Turner, couldn't hit the ball.
Yeah.
So what do we didn't say, "Oh man, strikeout." No, we all as fan base round around said, "Yo, you got this." And he said, "You know what? You're right, I do." And then took off.
Yeah.
The Dallas fan base going around going, how many picks are you going to throw this year, Dak? Less than 10. No, you talked about it. You're throwing 20.
He said he's not going to throw 10 interceptions. He's right. He won't throw 10. He's going to throw at least 15, at least.
If he throws under 10.
If he plays every game, he will.
If he throws under 10 and he plays every game, I will donate $100 to some local charity in Dallas that he sponsors. I'm saying it right now. I'm going to stand by it.
All right.
Because I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it too.
Yeah, hilarious.
All right, moving on. Let's do our fantasy draft order right here, now. Right here, right now.
Grab the cold envelope out of the freezer.
I've got the numbers in my hat.
Do this straight New York Knicks style, the way they got Patrick Ewing back in the day.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go with whoever finished last is going to be the first. They're going to get picked first. They're going to get the choice first of who their pick is going to be. So right now that guy. Last. Yeah. So they also it goes by how you finish in the playoffs. So the guy who had 0 wins but actually won a playoff game doesn't even get the first selection because he won a playoff game.
Oh wow!
Right. So
I don't understand. Yeah, go ahead. You do your thing.
All right. That's what I'm just going by with it.
So what's their name? Who's?
It is going to be. Let me read this off here. So it's going to be Computer One, which is that is Sean's son's. He took over that team. So Sean's son gets the first pick, and then it's Chris Urbanchuk. Then it's Nat because he took over another team. Then Sean, then Mark.
Wait, so you're saying this is the pick order, like one, or they're going to get picked from the hat first?
That's who's getting picked from the hat first.
Okay, I got you. All right. All right, so go ahead. Sean's son, what's your draft pick?
All right, here we go. Ready? I'm not looking at anything. I'll hold the picture, hold it up to you first. He gets pick number 8. So Bryce gets pick number 8.
I don't know about 8, man. Oof. I've done a lot of mock drafts. I'm a fan of being 3 through 6.
Yeah, huh? All right, so here, Chris gets he's next in the line here. Let's see. He gets pick number 7. 7.
The green screen does not like this, by the way.
No, it does not.
It grabs it and goes, not like that. Get that out of here.
All right, next is Nat.
You almost have to put it on your hand.
All right, I'll do that. All right, next is Nat.
Our resident Cowboys fan.
Our resident Cowboys fan is in our league.
You know what? I think we just give him Dak off rip.
The funny thing is, his team, the team he took over, did have Dak.
He would.
All right, he gets pick number.
Wow, it still doesn't like that.
Yeah,
4. Okay, that's a good spot. I like being 4. 4's a good spot to be in.
All right, here we go. Sean's next pick. He was 6 and 7 last year.
He's going to be 6 again this year.
He gets
called it.
Number 6. He gets number 6. Oh man. Oh man, that's messed up. All right. Here we go. This is Mark.
If you give me one, I will come to your house today and throw something at you.
Mark's getting one.
I don't want one.
I feel it.
It's one. Mark gets one. Mark.
Give me 3.
Mark gets one.
All right, so I lose one fantasy league.
All right, here we go. Miguel's up.
Give me 3.
9.
Dang it.
9.
Are we 10 or 12?
12.
So I get pick 1 and pick 25.
No, it's I guess so. Yeah.
I get 1, 25, and 26. I don't even know who's going to be on the board that late.
All right, Brian is next.
Ugh.
Brian gets number 8. No, wait.
How about 8? 8's already been taken. It's fixed. Do it all over again.
God damn it.
Well, I'll hold that out.
Michael, hold that out. Number 2.
Yeah, my brother's next. He gets number 11.
Jesus. It's okay because he didn't play much last year either, so that's what he deserved.
Kristen is next. She gets number 2.
So Mike's gonna get number 3. Look at that, one of the best spots to be in the draft.
Anthony's next. Anthony gets 3. Anthony gets 3.
Okay.
Jason is next. He gets number 5.
I don't even know what's still left.
So 10 and 12. 10 and
All
12. Right. Who was that? Jason. He gets number 5.
So whoever you don't get, whoever got the number 8.
I'm last. So I get 12.
Look at that. All right. He just wanted back-to-back picks again.
Right. And then Brian gets number 10. He gets 10.
Yeah, Brian gets 10 then. All right.
Hey, I think it's fair. I got last pick. I'll take last pick.
I would take last over first.
Hey, if you want to trade.
Trade? I was going to say, who's trading?
We can trade.
I'm not gonna do that, but goddamn.
So there you go. Mark, Kristen, Anthony, Nat, Jason, Sean, Chris, Bryce, Miguel, Brian, Bob, and me. Here it is. It's set.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, fantasy football. Here we go.
This will be a segment.
Before we close things out here, real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Did you guys? I just wanted to know, out of the roster that we have set, obviously right now, who do you expect to have like a breakout year besides the normal people that we think are going to have a breakout year, right? Jalen Carter, Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Swift, right? Who do you think is the most how can I word this? Most underrated player to make an impact this year, I guess, is what I want to say.
So unexpected impact. So I'm guessing Nolan Smith's not on the table.
Nah, because we expect him to make a big impact.
I expect him to be phenomenal. All right.
Right.
I've got 2 names. Mike, you want to go?
Yeah, I'll go first. I think Sidney Brown is going to have a stellar year. Stellar. And on the offensive side of the board, I think DeAndre Swift is going to be way better than Sanders ever was. Way better.
I can see that. All right. So I went both defense because I feel like everyone on our offense was expected to perform this year. Like we didn't really lose anything on offense for me to like the only new player in our starting lineup is Swift. So like I expect them to perform. Defense. I've said it before. I'm going to make the comment about it again. We all know what Hassan Reddick brings to the table. Mm-hmm. We all know what Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham bring to the table. Like you got to focus these. Like you have to, as you're an offensive line, you have to. And because of that, I think Josh Sweat has his best year because he's the under the radar guy right now. When you're looking at Reddick and Mini Reddick and Smith, and you already know those D tackles between Carter and Fletcher Cox are coming. I think people are going to let Sweat go, and Sweat is going to just say this is a no sweat season and just sacks on sacks. And then I'm going to go opposite Mike here. You guys already know I'm going for him. I think Kavon Wallace is going to step up and just be that safety. We wanted him to be out of the draft.
Wow.
I wouldn't be surprised if Brown really kicks off, maybe Blankenship starts losing reps, or we just run nickel. I think we're going to run a little bit more nickel because I think our safeties are just there for it this year.
Yeah, see, mine's just going to be Reed Blankenship. I think Blankenship is going to have a stellar season. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people. I feel like by the end of the season, we might be like CJ, GJ, who?
Yeah,
but
I think we're already there.
Yeah,
as much as I loved him, even I'm like, you know what?
Apparently, Reed Blankenship has like 5 interceptions in practices this year already.
Yeah, so. Reed's on fire. Although a few of those are from tips from that D line of ours and those linebackers of ours getting after him.
Yeah, okay.
She's supposed to be there to clean it up.
Yeah, and I mean,
who's your second guy, Miguel?
My second guy was going to also be Josh Sweat because of what our what the other defensive linemen are fucking just beasts. It's like you can't cover everybody.
No,
somebody's gonna come free. So
yeah,
so I'm looking forward to.
And any of these guys, I'm
and Nakobe.
I would say last pick. I gotta say Nakobe. Nakobe, I think is gonna prove why he was a starter in Georgia.
Yeah,
he has to.
And I don't want any of us to be wrong. Like I want all of these guys. Like
right.
I don't care if I'm wrong. I don't care if you're right and Miguel's right. All these guys are going to have to just. I'm excited to see. I
want to see a race for sack leader in the NFL between like 2 or 3 Eagles guys. I want to see 2 or 3 Eagles. Like last year, obviously Reddick had that like away. He was up against Bosa for that. Yeah. I want to see like Reddick, Smith, and Sweat with sack numbers that people are like, that's one team.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And no one's going to miss Javon Hargrave. No one's going to miss him.
I don't understand why there was such a miss about him in the first place when we got rid of him. Like, am I wrong for the? Like, I get he's been like a solid player for years, but like last year was his best year. He's in his 30s.
It's the skill that was there. That's all.
But I'm like, in my opinion, like, I would think he was better than Jordan Davis, but Jordan Davis is a different style of player. And I think you got Jalen Carter filling right in behind him. I'm like, I'm not concerned in the slightest.
Yeah. No, I'm not concerned at all with it. San Francisco should be concerned. They just made Trey Lance their third string quarterback, who is a third pick, and they gave like a lot up for him.
They gave away the future for that.
And the people who were drafted after him, have you seen the list? Like these are guys that
stout list.
It's a list and
it's
half.
Like they got it's like they got Ryan Leaf in the greatest draft ever.
No, it's like
they were like a 4th pick.
it's like getting Jalen Reagor when you could have had Justin Jefferson. That's
excellent. That's excellent. That's an excellent comp.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
I mean, if he's not the Jalen Reagor of quarterbacks right now, come on. That's man. I will say, like, honestly. You know how Fletcher Cox made comment about how some players that have left the Eagles said like it was a regret?
Yeah.
I would bet you. I'll bet you Hargraves feels that way.
Yeah.
Looking at how
see.
Maybe not now, but he's looking at how those San Fran fans are, how he has no quarterback to rely on for that offense.
They got Brock. They got Brock. He's their number one.
Brock Purdy hurt.
But since you brought up 49ers and Trey Lance, a lot of talk on the radio was talking about if he was cheap, would you bring him into the Eagles quarterback room as maybe like a third stringer?
No.
Nope. Because QBU.
I know QB factor.
He loves QBU.
But the fact that he came after Carson Wentz, like you can see that those quarterbacks from that school aren't NFL quarterbacks. It's
all right. Look, I'll give due to Wentz, but prior to his injury, his skill set was there. He played at a level that you don't expect to see from player. And as Mike, I was very anti-Wentz.
Correct.
I'm very anti-Wentz. Like I said, I have his jersey. I did not ask for that. That was given to me, and I literally was like, "Oh,
thank you,
cool, yeah." But I'm not going to take away from the seasons he had with us. Like his first couple seasons were like for where he came from, he played. But I will say, I said multiple times then, and it proved true. A player from that level school is not ready for the hits and the contact you're going to take in the NFL and the speed. Yeah. What hurt Wentz? Injuries. What is hurting Trey Lance? Injuries. Like, I mean, these players
they all lost their confidence. They lose their confidence too quick.
I mean, you play for it. That's what makes me concerned for players like Bryce Young. Jameis Winston and Bryce Young are another comp I wanted to throw out there. I think I might have the other day on the last podcast.
Yeah.
To me, Bryce Young is Jameis Winston 2.0. Jameis Winston in college had this stat everyone's crazy about, that he did not lose. He had never lost in high school. He didn't lose in college until a bowl game against Oregon, where, lo and behold, Marcus Mariota gave him his first loss. Then he goes to the NFL, and everyone's so hyped, saying it's only one loss in his career. What does he do? Opening game for Tampa, he plays the Tennessee Titans during Mariota's probably one of his best.
Oh my God! To be
honest. I'm not kidding. This is what happened though, and he lost to Mariota again. And Winston suddenly, where's his career gone? He is a 30 for 30 quarterback. And not because ESPN wants that highlight, because he challenges Dak Prescott for the most picks you could throw in a single season.
Right.
I mean, but I'm thinking Bryce Young, looking at that, and like we're saying with Trey Lance, and we're saying with Wentz, like, you're brought up in a world, like they played at a college. All right, North Dakota, South Dakota, whatever that Dakota State. Yeah.
Dakota State.
Where that college hasn't lost in decades. Like they're playing, they're just dominating everyone in their division, so to speak. Then they come into this level, and it's such a jump. I mean, you think about it, these are kids who have never faced the likes of Temple. All right. And we love Temple, but come on. Temple's not beating Alabama.
No.
Bama players and Temple players are both making the NFL. Look, we've got Hassan Reddick, Temple boy. You make it. They do make it. It's less likely. But you're talking about a school that wouldn't chance against Temple. Saying these kids are going to be NFL stars? What? I know Bryce Young came from Bama, but I'm saying my comparison for him and Jameis Winston was saying that he was in a league. He's in an area where they just don't lose. I mean, he did lose a bit more than Winston did. But Bama doesn't really lose. He's not used to a losing culture, and the Panthers are a losing culture, in my opinion. Although I will say, fantasy-wise, I think Miles Sanders has huge upside with them this year because he's going to get the ball a lot.
Yeah, but see, the Miles Sanders is Mr. I got hurt, and I can't play until it's really a contract year, and so I think that's what's going to happen with him. I don't know.
He's going to get a little bang. He's going to be out for 6 games.
I think he's going to try to prove himself early. I think I'm thinking if he's available 6th, 7th round of your fantasy draft, he's a money maker at that point.
I'm sorry, I see Bryce Young. I saw him on he was on Hard Knocks because they were training with the Jets last week.
Oh, I haven't watched that yet. How is it?
I love the Hard Knocks. I've always
I've
always been a fan. But he just looks so small. I know Hurts is not that big either, but this guy, he just looks so small and skinny to make a lasting career in the NFL.
Yeah.
He might be good for 2 or 3 seasons if he doesn't get hurt, maybe more. But I just don't see him. I don't see him being a big player. I
think the problem for him is going off exactly what you just said. Not only is he a little small stature, but he's in a team that doesn't have weapons. If you had given Bryce Young to a team like San Fran, I'd say, okay, that actually has a chance where he might have a career, because San Fran has an offense where, as we've noticed, every quarterback can succeed. Doesn't matter who's playing. I don't know me. And no real hate to Brock Purdy. I hope you're honestly healthy. I hope you have a decent career, except when you play us. But I honestly think you could plug and play. They were saying how great Sam Darnold's doing. I mean, they're saying Sam Darnold's having a hell of a camp. And
they always say that, though.
Yeah, well, that, and I'm like, he's with the Niners. I mean, you've got a lot of talent around you.
The Niners QBs are like Ben Simmons all season. He's good. He's good in the off season. When it comes to a game,
no,
so good.
Yeah, exactly. Thank God we got one. At least we got one Australian athlete that was phenomenal in Mailata. You are, Mailata, by far one of my favorite. Granted, I like all the Eagles, but he's one of my favorite, man. That guy is just amazing. And you look at Ben Simmons and go, wait, why don't you have his kind of heart? Come on, man.
Ben Simmons. That's another whole story.
A whole other sport.
Whole other sport. All right, so excited about this. This was a good podcast. I'm excited to see how he does with this 53-man roster. Great conversation.
Interesting to see what teams drop what players
it's going to be a fun week. It's going to be a fun week. It's going to be a fun week.
It's going to be a real fun week.
And I'm going to miss half of it, but I'll be drunk somewhere on this planet in the Western Caribbean.
Sounds good. Miguel, enjoy your trip.
Yeah, enjoy that.
Enjoy your trip.
I'll be here. It's just a rain.
We will talk when you get back. Mark, you and I will do a podcast next without Miguel.
Yeah, we'll discuss the roster for him.
We'll go for the roster, and we'll move forward. Then we'll see that after that it's season time.
It's game time, boys.
We got one more kind of in between podcasts, and then the next podcast is preview of our first game of the season.
The next time you and me talk, Mike, I'll have done 2 fantasy drafts out of my 4.
Oh, this is gonna be good then. We'll have a good talk about that.
Yeah, roster. I got a fantasy team to look at.
All right.
Miguel, we're gonna miss you. Cannot wait
to miss you guys
back,
too.
I hope you have a wonderful trip.
Have a trip.
Guys, birds around the corner.
Yep.
That'll do it for us. I'm Mike. That's Miguel. Mark. Thanks, guys.
R.I.P. Terry Funk. R.I.P. Bray Wyatt.
Unreal.
You know how we do. EAGLES.
Eagles.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Hit that music.